Hello, guys, what is going on, ladies, gentlemen, others, how are we all doing today? I hope you are doing fan-freaking-tastic. It is your fellow Kuro here, guys, and today we are bringing you episode number 17 of our PvP Clip of the Week series. If you guys are new here, this is your first time, let me go ahead and explain how this works for you. We take clips from all over the place, different platforms, different servers, different playstyles, different classes, the whole shebang. We bring them together here. We look at them, we watch them, make a couple of jokes, we talk about them, do a little commentary, have some fun, and then I give you guys the power. I'm putting it in your hands to head over to my YouTube community page if you so choose, and vote on who you think should win this week's episode. Last week's episode winner was Nasty YC, and his clip has been playing since the start of this video. If you want to see the full thing, plus the commentary, as well as all the other amazing clips we had last week, definitely go check out the video. There's a whole playlist that you guys should totally check out if you just want to have some fun. And yeah, if you want to make sure you don't miss any future episodes, hit that subscribe button, maybe drop it a like, do a little bit of algorithm love. I'd really appreciate it. If you would like to send in your own clips to be considered to be featured for a future episode, you can figure out the process of which to do that by checking on down in the video description. It's pretty simple. Just give it a quick peek. And before we hop into the video, I do just want to give, of course, as usual, big shout out to my YouTube channel members and my patrons over at Patreon. You guys are the realest OGs, and you guys are my biggest supporters, and you help keep this dream alive for me. You basically single-handedly carry my monthly revenue every month, and I appreciate the shit out of you. Every time one of you guys subs over to the Patreon or the YouTube members or any of that stuff, it really does make my heart skip a beat, and I feel so thankful to have each and every one of you guys. Now, that's enough of the plugging and the talking and all that nonsense. Let's go ahead, let's get into these clips. Let's witness some heinous acts of gratuitous violence in a video game. Let's talk about it. Let's have some fun. Starting us off, we have VexxPK over on the PlayStation playing a little bit of StamDK. He's rolling in hot on a resource, and he's going to show us a super quick little group wipe here. First guy comes in, he's a little bit confused, doesn't even have his weapons out, and he's already at half health, no idea why. He's just going to catch a quick little noodle to the nose and get sent to the afterlife. Vex immediately takes some counter pressure, so he's going to go ahead and kite up the stairs, get his heals up, get his buffs up, when he notices a tail out here in the distance, and naturally his Luca Magnata instincts kick in, and he's got to come in here and absolutely fucking murder this cat. Now, he puts a lot of pressure into this third guy here, bringing him down real low, but again, a lot of counter pressure, so he gets up the stairs and tries to heal himself. Luckily for him, the other guy doesn't have any heals coming in, and he's trying to backpedal out the door, not fast enough, takes him down. Fourth guy here, he goes on to the bodies, trying to res them there, catches the bash, doesn't really know how break free works, and dies. Fourth and fifth guy, they're going to do an admirable job trying to bring Vex down, but they don't know that he's hiding a leap in the back pocket. Gonna hit him with that big fat weave, couple of noodles to the noggin, bringing that last guy down. And finally, we're on to the sixth and final opponent in this fight. He's got a lot of weird stuff going on here with the Dark Convergence build, but it's not gonna be enough. Catches the dot up, catches the stun, catches the noodles, and that is the end of Vex's clip. Now, the first clip was pretty quick. Second clip is a little bit longer. Coming in clip number 2, we have JanetteBam on the PS4 EU playing a little bit of Magplar, just hanging out here at a resource, having a nice little 1v1, when all of a sudden that dude's friends decide they're going to roll up and jump Janet. That's very rude, but hey, she's a female gamer, what do you expect, right? Anyway, she's in the tower. There's a bunch of angry bumblebees on the flag, and they don't like her presence. She's a mild nuisance, and they would like her to not be there. So they're going to do this real strategically. First guy comes in, he's a tank. There's nothing she's going to be able to do to him right now. Second guy comes in, he's a bomber. Absolutely whiffs the bomb, takes 0 damage, and then tries to get away. Gets away. Janet can't quite capitalize there because the rest of the group comes in and forces her to head up the stairs. Now, I don't know if this is the game or the clip freezing right here. I would cut it out, but I can't be bothered to. So that happened. Now, she's going to alternate here between floor 3 and floor 2, making sure these guys have to keep on turning around, guessing, trying to figure out where the hell Janet's going to be. She's trying to be a little tricky girl, and it's going to work. She's going to eventually get a nice little separation on the group to the point where she can do some damage. Now, dropping on down from the 3rd floor to the outside ring here, one guy does decide to follow by himself. That was a very bad move, and he's too low level to even really deal with that, so he decides to go ahead and throw himself off the tower and die to fall damage rather than giving in to the enemy and letting communism win. So yeah, he's a hero. His country will miss him, but it was the right choice. Now Janet has to get back onto the kiting because there is a large group converging on her now again, and she's going to just do the old reliable technique here up to floor 3, dropping back down, hoping 1 or 2 guys might jump down by themselves. Notices this one necromancer here all alone with 20k health. That was a bad placement by you, my fella. She hits him with a couple of sweeps with the crescent, and from long range, the Purifying Light goes ahead and snatches his soul from his body and slams it against the wall. Now she's going to go ahead and chase these Nightblades around, just doing the jabs. One guy, he's trying to heal. He had at least 3 heal over times up, but they just weren't powerful enough to heal through Janet's damage, because she is packing some big blasters on this build. One guy, again, just kind of jumping off. He doesn't want to be a part of this, leaving this one poor Nightblade all by himself. She's getting a lot of damage in him, but the enemy Templar does come in for the assist, and she doesn't have the... I don't know. She didn't want to stick that kill out. She wanted to go ahead and play it safe there, which is smart. Sometimes you have to choose when to play it safe and when to go full nuts to butts. Now she tries to get that bash, not fast enough. Guy gets back up, and now she's got 4 or 5 people on her. She's rooted. She's getting stunned. It's annoying, so she's going to go ahead and get back in the mist form, back up the stairs, back on to the kite game. Tries to get onto the platform, but she does just miss the jump, just barely. It's okay. It happens to me at least 1,700 times a day. I don't blame you, Janet, but she is going to eventually get onto the platform again, drop down. Just the old reliable technique. If it worked once, it can work again. Or maybe it won't, because no one dropped down this time. So she's just going to go ahead and roll back around here, wrap around. One guy hanging out by himself, a little confused. He's all alone. She's going to go ahead and hit him with a whole bunch of damage while he is still discombobulated. Absolutely rip his health bar to pieces and put him down. Trying to finish off the not Lobby, but the low health Necro, and the low health Necro does go down. We see one guy just fucking sacrifice himself to the Blood God, dropping all the way down from the top of the tower to the bottom. He probably broke his ankles, broke a few bones. That was weird, unnecessary. Don't know why he did that. I guess he's just not happy with the way his life is going right now. Now she's putting a lot of damage into this tank, trying to get him, just get rid of him, but as you can see, 2, 3, 4 more people show up, and she can no longer sit there and beat on that guy like a fucking piñata, and again has to get back up the stairs. Not to mention she had 2 guys hitting her from range on floor 3, so again, back to the platforms, back down onto the outside ring. One guy drops down by himself like a fool. Janet tries to throw the caltrops at him, but she doesn't have enough stamina to do it after breaking free, so she's just going to go ahead and rebuff herself and get ready. Unfortunately for her, when it is finally time to do that damage, put the caltrops down, someone else does come around with the Dark Convergence and absolutely ruins the combo. She's going to go ahead and topple in on him, just kind of as a fuck you, why would you do that to me? But she's not going to have the pressure there to put him down, and she is once again back on to the buffs, on to the kiting. Gets pulled in by the Dark Convergence, but very fucking annoying. Go ahead and roll out of that, get out of there. Mist form, up to the top floor. You already know what she is about to do, and I promise you, just like every other time, it's going to work. So here we go, dropping on down. We see one guy, again, just fucking flying off the cliff like a lemming. Don't know what that's all about. These guys just hate being alive, I suppose. One guy, again, by himself, but it looks like a couple of them have decided they no longer want to be a part of this fight, because obviously they're not going to be able to win, and they just don't want to be here. Now, this guy, I thought for a moment it was a friend, until he threw a javelin at the back of Janet's fucking cranium. That was a little rude and uncalled for. Now he's going to have, he's going to come at her, and they're going to have a bit of a 1v1 here, you know, Templar v Templar. I think he thinks he can expose her, but this guy is using fucking Blazing Shield on a Stamplar, so obviously that's not happening. He takes a big fat crescent there, taking a lot of damage, not able to really heal through it very well. He's having a hard time because, like I said, he's using fucking Blazing Shield. That's weird. That's suspicious. I'm gonna go ahead and do a lot of damage to him here, catch him at low health with the stun, jab him to death. And now the last guy that she's going to have to fight is this tank, and I hate to spoil this for you guys, but this tank also happens to be a werewolf. Yay, isn't that fun? You're gonna see it here for just a moment. He's gonna go ahead and tank through, blocking, healing, just barely staying alive, and boom, there he goes, werewolf. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this because she does chase this werewolf around for a good minute and a half, but eventually does kill him and gets the W, and that is going to be the end of her clip. Coming on into clip number 3, we have a duo clip, my boys Lynxx and Metrcs over on the PC, and I'm just going to let this first couple of seconds speak for itself. I mean, what can I even say about this? Just absolutely kaboom. Okay, go ahead and bring down 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 guys with the combo there of the Bat Swarm and the Corrosive. We do see, they didn't notice it at first, but there was a Necro res ult there in the group that brought back a couple of the guys, and they're onto the reses, so they have to turn around and engage with the rest of that group, trying to get rid of the guys that are hanging out at low health onto this bow guy here, just kind of blow them up, not a big deal. Trying to chase down the guys that are at low health, keeping them dotted up, jumping out of that meteor so he doesn't take unnecessary pressure. Now he's going to go ahead and talons these guys with the inhale. One guy's going to go, second guy's going to go, blowing them both up on to the next guy here. He's going to take a lot of pressure. There's the stun. There's a couple of whips. He's going to dodge roll. He's going to try to get away. He's going to spam about 16,000 coagulating bloods. Both boys have a sixth sense. Notice this res from the corner of their eye and immediately change targets, bashing that res and ensuring that fella does not get back on his feet because that is not where he belongs. He belongs on the ground with the rest of his friends. Chasing down this guy here who kind of segregates himself from the group, bringing him down. This guy now is all by himself. It's a very, very bad spot to be. Gonna go ahead and get the dots up on him, get the stun, whip him a couple of times. He's not taking a lot of damage. He is quite tanky. He's quite a tanky boy. And while they are trying to get rid of him, they do get this one fella back up. The guy is going to get stunned though. He's going to take a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, Lynxx is not able to continue the pressure because he just gets stunned himself. And now a few of those guys are back. I believe they camped up and they are back for a second attempt. And by a second attempt, I mean they're back for a second ass whooping. So our fellas are going to go ahead and get themselves out of there for a moment. Take a quick breather, get some resources back, see if they chase them. They're not going to chase them because they know better. So instead of waiting patiently for them to come and potentially attack, our friends are going to go ahead and just run right in, give them that round 2 they wanted, show them why it was a bad idea to come back, and teach them a lesson. So here we go, coming back into the group. There was the corrosive. Gonna go ahead and do the quick inhale. There's the talons. Boom, one guy blows up, chasing down the second guy at low health. He gets too far away, decides it's not worth it. Try to get the DK again. The DK is going to go ahead and pop a sword and board ult, but the sword and board ult didn't do shit for him. It might not have actually been a sword and board ult. I think it might have actually just been wings. Doesn't matter though. He is dead. Lynxx catching a nasty bull ult there. Big fat coag heal, getting himself back out of the danger zone and back into the offensive pressure zone. There is yet another Necro res. Going to go ahead and try to catch that guy before he gets back into it, and he does get put down by the Magplar teammate here. Big fat breath into the leap there, bringing down that fella. And now we're going to go ahead and focus on the... We're not going to focus on the DK. Fuck that DK. We're going to kill literally everybody else, and we're going to kill the DK last because that's how he deserves to be dealt with. He deserves to be the last one alive so he can always live with that survivor's guilt until he dies in just a few moments. Now, again, Lynxx taking a lot of damage here. He's going to go ahead and hold block, do a couple of coags. His friend's going to go ahead and bring down a body, and Lynxx is going to go ahead and chase down the sorcerer. He's going to go ahead and hit him with the leap. Boom, dot him up, try to catch him with the talons. It does catch him, and the dots finish him off, and now it is just, once again, like I said, the DK all by himself. He's already having those survivor's guilt flashbacks. He feels terrible. He doesn't want to be alive anymore, and he is just going to go ahead and let himself die because he can't live to look at himself any longer, and that is the end of Lynx's clip. Coming on into clip number 4, we have KreativeKaos over on the PlayStation, and he is playing a little bit of Stamina Nightblade. Now, this first part of the clip isn't super relevant. He just wanted to show us him bullying this guy with no health, which is fine and dandy. But what it does is it sets a precedent. We know where he's at, we know what kind of damage he's on, what kind of build he's on. And some time passes, he's gonna make a quick cut because he smells something. A smelly smell that smells smelly, and also smells a lot like a group of blues in the bag of his resource. One guy notices him, he's the only one that reacts, and go ahead and come in here, drop a big fat soul tether on the stack here, bringing down one guy, trying to get the next guy, but the Engine Guardian does save his life, soaking up one of those surprise attacks. I really hate when that happens because I do love Engine Guardian, and I'm a big advocate for Engine Guardian staying targetable. It just sucks when that happens when you're doing a class like this and you get fucked. But, you know, sometimes it just happens. Okay, now he's gonna go ahead and distance himself from the group here, regen a little bit, get his heals up, get his buffs up when this guy comes around the corner with a vengeance and a detect pot. Two things that we don't like to have. He doesn't react very well though, and catches a big fat in cap and a bow, I believe, brings him down. He's going to go ahead and drop the soul tether on the stack here and use that to get away from the group as opposed to attacking. Just kind of getting his bearings here, jumping on top of the res here. This guy decides he would rather res than live. Unfortunately, that ends in both him and his friend being dead. Kreative is going to go ahead and block that meteor, break the ankles with a quick shade out, and then check for reses again. There is nobody resing, so he's going to try to acquire a target. He has picked this sorcerer. This sorcerer does not know how to use shields properly and almost pays the price for it. Unfortunately, he does dodge roll out and somehow manages to survive just a little bit longer. So what are you going to do? Now, Kreative is going to go ahead and try to secure one of these kills when he remembers that there are bodies over here that he needs to be watching, and he wasn't fast enough to stop his res. Luckily, this guy is stuck in a fucking reboot loop or something and decides to just stand there, eat the bow, and then die again. Now, there's a big fat soul tether once again, couple of spins here to bring this guy down. Jumping on to this questionable necromancer here doing a lot of damage to him, but he is also taking a lot of damage himself, so he's going to go ahead and cloak up there and go ahead and rebuff. He could have gone for the execute right there and killed that guy, but he decided to focus on his survivability instead, which is a smart decision because he does take a big fat burst right there, and he does get to secure the kill anyway, so not a big deal. Launches a massive bow at this man's forehead, just fucking express mails that shit right between his teeth. He visibly panics, you can see it on his face with that late dodge roll, blow him up with the soul tether, bringing him down. One guy trying to hide behind the trees himself, role-playing as a Nightblade, because now he feels like he is in danger. He is being threatened by an apex predator, and he's afraid. Now, a couple of reds decide they're going to jump in and interrupt this party. That is very, very rude, and they're going to get what is coming to them. Now, Creative is going to go ahead and just focus on these blues, because they were here first. They deserve to die first. It's first come, first ass whooping. That's how it works. Jumping on in here, he's going to go ahead and try to get rid of one of these reds, because fuck you, buddy, why would you interrupt my fight? But the red does have a Templar spamming on the deads on him and making sure he does not die, but he's not going to do it well enough, because right here, boom, big fat soul tether, spin the win, bringing down both of those guys. Get the fuck out of here, Reds. This is my fight, says KreativeKaos. On to the next guy, fucking stunning him with a surprise attack, finishing him off with the spin, surprise attack into the bash there to bring down the next guy with the spin. Someone hits him in the back of the head, decides to spam caltrops like it's surprise attack or something. I don't even know what the hell he was doing right there, but it's not going to work for him. He's going to take the stun from the surprise attack with the spin to win to the back of the head, and it's going to be the end of KreativeKaos' clip. And man, I am out of breath. Holy shit. Coming on into our fifth and final clip, we have BIBENZ-JP, and let me just tell you guys, this is a short clip, but what is not short is the list of deceased after he is done doing his thing. He jumps right into the middle of this group, full nuts to butts, absolute Chad energy. A couple of them decide to almost kill themselves on his sword and board ult. I think two of them do, yeah, one body, two body. We're going to have 3 body 4 here soon. Now he's going to go ahead and just kind of heal on through while he's still got the sword and board. Tried to get the breath up on a couple of people before he goes ahead and kites behind this rock. One guy is going to come around the rock at low health. BIBENZ' fucking Ultra Instinct is going to activate. Catch him with the big leap. Chasing down the next guy here with a couple of whips. Blowing him up. Templar behind him is going full offense with the jabs and no heals. Going to go ahead and hit him with a couple of whips too. Bring him down. Now on to this next guy who has a bow. But BIBENZ is taking a lot of pressure. So he kind of backs off, heals up, and then re-engages here. Big fat leap, big damage to these guys, trying to catch him with the execute, misses the execute because he gets a roll, but it's okay, finishes him off with the breath. On to the next guy, hanging out here on the outskirts of the fight, doesn't really know what the fuck is going on. He stuns him, but it's okay, the dots finish him off. On to the DK here, trying to get him, but he is going to go ahead and heal through, so instead of focusing on that guy and wasting extra time, BIBENZ going to go ahead and get on the res and focus the squishier targets. Bash there with the breath, here comes the whip, it's just nasty, boom, blowing him up. This guy dodges the first whip, doesn't dodge the second whip, blows up. Now it is a 1v1 between DKs, and this DK, I'm sure, is shitting his shorts right now because he doesn't know what to do. He's afraid, and it's over for him. And honestly, guys, that was the end. That was it. That entire group, I don't even know what to say about that. Shit was crazy. And yeah, that's the end of BIBENZ' clip. And with that, guys, that is actually the end of the video as well. I hope you enjoyed it. We do have a bit of a bonus clip here from my friend Volendrung. There's not any killing in this clip. I just thought it was funny, so I'm going to go ahead and include it here in the end while I'm telling you guys how much I love you and appreciate you for stopping by and checking out this video, making it this far. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like. Don't forget to go vote on who you guys think should win. Join the Discord. Follow me on Twitch. Consider supporting the Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member if you want to help me stay alive. And yeah, that's it, guys. I love you very much. Thank you for stopping by. Kuro out. Mwah. Have a great night.